Weather is one of the most common topics that people talk about in everyday conversations. It affects our mood, the clothes we wear, and the activities we do. The weather changes constantly, and it can be sunny one day, rainy the next, or even snowy in the winter. People all over the world experience different types of weather depending on where they live. And it's important to know how to talk about the weather in English. In this video, we will explore the different types of weather, how to describe the weather, and the phrases and vocabulary you can use to discuss weather with others. Before we begin, let's first define what weather is. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere at a particular time and place. It can include the temperature, the amount of sunlight, wind, rain, snow, or fog in the air. Weather changes from day to day and can vary from one place to another. For example, in one part of the world, it may be sunny and hot, while in another part, it may be cold and snowy. There are many types of weather that people experience, and each one affects us differently. Let's talk about some of the most common weather conditions. Sunny weather is one of the most pleasant weather conditions. When the sun is shining brightly in the sky, and there are no clouds, we say the weather is sunny. People enjoy sunny days because it is warm and perfect for outdoor activities like going to the beach, walking in the park, or playing sports. You might hear people say, "It's a beautiful sunny day today," or, "The sun is shining so brightly." During the summer, it's often sunny and hot, and people like to spend time outside. Rainy weather happens when water falls from the clouds. It can be a light drizzle or heavy rain. Rain often makes people feel sad or tired, especially when it lasts for a long time. However, rain is important for plants and flowers to grow. People use umbrellas, raincoats, or waterproof shoes to stay dry in rainy weather. You may hear someone say, "It's raining outside," or, "I forgot my umbrella, and now I'm getting wet." Rain can also be accompanied by thunder and lightning, which makes the weather even more intense. Sometimes the sky is covered with many clouds, but there is no rain. This is called cloudy weather. It's a typical weather condition in the spring and autumn months. Cloudy days can feel a little gloomy or dull, but they're not too hot or too cold. People often wear light jackets or sweaters when it's cloudy outside. You might hear people say, "The sky is really cloudy today," or, "It looks like it's going to rain soon." Windy weather is when the wind blows strongly. It can make you feel cold or cool, depending on the temperature. Windy weather is common in the fall and winter, and sometimes it can be very dangerous, especially if there are strong winds during a storm. On windy days, you may see trees swaying or leaves blowing around. People often wear jackets or coats to protect themselves from the wind. You might hear people say, "It's so windy today," or, "I can't believe how strong the wind is." Snowy weather happens when the temperature is very cold, and snowflakes fall from the sky. Snow can make everything look beautiful and peaceful, especially in winter. People like to play in the snow, build snowmen, or go skiing and snowboarding. However, heavy snow can cause problems, such as making roads slippery and dangerous. People often wear warm clothes, such as coats, hats, gloves, and boots, to stay warm in snowy weather. You might hear someone say, "It's snowing heavily outside," or, "I love playing in the snow." Fog is a thick cloud that forms close to the ground, which makes it difficult to see. It can be dangerous to drive or walk in foggy weather because visibility is low. Fog is common in the morning. especially near water. People need to be careful when there is fog because it can be hard to see far ahead. You might hear someone say, "It's so foggy this morning," or, "The fog is so thick, I can't see anything." In addition to daily changes in the weather, we also experience different weather throughout the year. The weather can be influenced by the seasons, which are winter, spring, summer, and autumn, or fall. Each season has its own typical weather patterns. Winter is the coldest season. In many places, the weather is very cold, and it often snows. People wear warm coats, hats, scarves, and gloves to keep warm. In places where it doesn't snow, the weather can still be very cold, and people might experience freezing temperatures. Winter is a time for indoor activities, like reading, drinking hot chocolate, and spending time with family. You might hear people say, "It's freezing today," or, "Winter has arrived, and it's so cold." Spring is the season when the weather begins to warm up after the cold winter. In spring, flowers start to bloom, and trees begin to grow new leaves. The weather can be a mix of sunny and rainy days, and sometimes it's still a bit cold. People often wear light jackets or sweaters during this season. Spring is also the season for allergies because the pollen from flowers and trees is in the air. People might say, "It's a nice spring day," or, "The flowers are blooming everywhere." Summer is the warmest season. The weather is usually sunny and hot, especially in the afternoon. Many people enjoy spending time outdoors, going to the beach, or having barbecues with friends. In some places, the weather is so hot that people need to stay inside during the hottest part of the day. Summer is also the season for vacations and travel. People might say, "It's too hot to go outside," or, "I love summer because I can go to the beach." Autumn, also called fall, is the season when the weather starts to cool down. In many places, the leaves on trees change color and fall to the ground. The weather is often windy and chilly, but not too cold. People wear sweaters, light jackets, and scarves during autumn. Sometimes, autumn brings a lot of rain, which makes the weather feel cooler. People might say, "The leaves are falling," or, "Autumn is here, and the air is so fresh." When we talk about the weather, there are several phrases we use to describe it. Here are some common ways to ask and answer questions about the weather. What's the weather like today? This is a common question to ask when you want to know about the weather for the day. You can answer with, "It's sunny today." "It's cold and rainy." "It's cloudy, but no rain yet." "It's really windy outside." Another way to ask about the weather is, "How's the weather?" People might answer, "It's beautiful outside." "It's windy and chilly." "It's hot and humid." People often ask about the temperature when talking about the weather. You can answer with, "It's 20 degrees Celsius." "It's really cold today. About -5 degrees." "It's 30 degrees. So it's very hot." You might want to know if it will rain during the day. The weather forecast can tell you if rain is expected. For example, "Yes, it's going to rain later." "No, it's going to be dry all day." "I think it might rain in the afternoon." You can ask about the weather in the future by talking about the forecast. You might hear answers like, "It's going to be sunny tomorrow." "The weather will be rainy all day." "It looks like it will snow tomorrow." The weather affects what we wear. People dress differently depending on whether it is hot, cold, rainy, or windy. In sunny weather, people usually wear light clothing like t-shirts, shorts, and sunglasses. If it's very hot, you might wear a hat to protect yourself from the sun. On rainy days, People wear raincoats, umbrellas, and waterproof shoes. It's important to stay dry to avoid getting sick. In cold weather, people wear jackets, scarves, gloves, and hats. It's important to keep warm when the temperature is low. In windy weather, people wear coats or jackets that protect them from the wind. Sometimes, a hat or scarf is helpful to keep warm. When it's snowy, people wear warm winter coats, boots, gloves, and thick hats. Sometimes, people wear snow pants or snowshoes to keep their legs dry in the snow. In conclusion, weather plays a big part in our lives. It affects how we feel, what we wear, and what activities we do. There are many types of weather, such as sunny, rainy, cloudy, windy, snowy, and foggy, and each type has its own impact on us. We also experience different weather throughout the year because of the seasons: winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Learning how to talk about the weather is important, especially if you want to have conversations in English. Now that you know more about the weather, try to use these phrases and words to talk about the weather next time you have a conversation.